Diddy's former assistant, using the pseudonym Mia in this federal trial, just dropped some of the most chilling and damning testimony yet. The courtroom heard text messages from Diddy to Mia that painted a picture of manipulation, threats, and desperation. The jury was shown messages sent on October 31st, 2015, while Mia was in South Africa with Cassie Ventura. One message from Combs read, "If you don't call me now, F it all, and I'm going to tell everything. And don't ever speak to me again. You have 2 minutes. F her. Call my house, now, or never speak to me again. Let's go to war." That is not the kind of message you expect from a professional, let alone someone with the stature of Diddy. It's explosive, it's chaotic, and it sounds like a man in complete meltdown mode. Mia testified that Combs was threatening to tell everything about the alleged sexual assaults, but not as a confession, more like turning it around on her, as if she was to blame. And here's where it gets even more disturbing. At the time, Mia had just sold a comedy show idea to ABC. This was a life-changing career move, and Diddy, knowing that, allegedly used it against her. He threatened to destroy the opportunity she'd worked so hard for. In the same chain of messages, Mia tried to calm him down, telling him Cassie needed more time. She was begging him to be patient. Begging. And then Diddy flips. He floods her with over 10 more messages, eventually ending with, "I've come to the conclusion that it's best that we no longer have any dealings." Classic manipulation, rage, pressure, and then sudden emotional withdrawal to regain control. Now, keep in mind, this wasn't an isolated event. The jury also saw messages between Mia and Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Courtroom, where Courtroom repeatedly called and texted Mia in the middle of the night. Combs was allegedly pressuring his staff to get Mia on the phone so he could reach Cassie. Mia described this time as terrifying. She testified that when she finally spoke with Diddy, he was slurring, irrational, and even threatening to kill her. He told her he was on the phone with HR, which Mia knew wasn't true. Still, she was panicked. He threatened her job, her future, everything. This wasn't a man making bad relationship decisions. This was someone weaponizing power, influence, and fear to keep control over people. We also learned more about what was happening with Cassie Ventura during all this. According to Mia, Combs had sent her and Cassie to South Africa while Cassie was filming a movie. While they were there, Cassie found out Diddy had been cheating. She saw a video of him with another woman. Mia said Cassie was absolutely devastated. She didn't want to speak to him and stopped taking his calls. That's when Diddy allegedly ramped up the pressure, using Mia, Courtroom, and others to get Cassie back on the phone. Mia said, "I was put in the middle. Let that sink in. This wasn't just relationship drama. These were calculated power plays by someone trying to dominate everyone in his orbit." One of the more heartbreaking moments came when prosecutors asked Mia why she would still say "love you" in text to Diddy even after everything that happened. Her answer? Because it's just how we talk to each other. When the dynamic would shift to the best friend dynamic, you're just desperate to keep it there because you're safe. That says it all. She wasn't just trying to survive the job. She was trying to survive him. Now, behind the scenes, prosecutors are pushing to show jurors hotel and flight records that map out the timeline of events and travel. That might seem dry, but it's a key part of connecting the dots in a racketeering case. Remember, the charges here are not just about assault. They're about an organized, continuous pattern of criminal conduct, including sex trafficking. These details help frame the bigger picture of control and logistics. As for the legal strategy, there's serious buzz around whether Diddy will testify. Suge Knight, yes Suge, suggested Diddy should take the stand to humanize himself. But legal experts aren't buying it. CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson called it a risky proposition, saying if Diddy gets on the stand, it just becomes about him. And that's the trap. Prosecutors don't just want to prove that Diddy was a bad guy. They need to prove he was involved in a criminal enterprise. But the moment he testifies, the focus shifts. Every awful thing ever said about him, every contradiction, every moment of anger becomes fair game for cross-examination. And it wouldn't be pretty. Lisa Bonner, another legal expert, flat out said it would be the most ridiculous thing that he can do. Her point? There's no winning for him up there. And Misty Maris echoed that She said the defense is likely telling him to stay silent, and the odds of him actually testifying are slim. Still, the final decision is Diddy's. He can choose to take the stand, and if he does, it will change everything. Inside the courtroom, Judge Arun Subramanian is also trying to balance the rights of the defense. Combs' lawyers have complained they aren't getting enough time with him due to restrictions at the Metropolitan Detention Center. The judge is now exploring how to allow more trial prep time. That's important because we're in a high-stakes trial and defense prep matters, even for someone facing serious accusations. As for today's proceedings, prosecutors started by continuing Mia's testimony. She was back on the stand first thing in the morning. The room was tense. Mia has become one of the most important voices in this trial, not just because of what she experienced, but because of what her story reveals about the entire system around Combs. It wasn't just abuse, it was power, silence, and fear, all wrapped up in wealth and celebrity. This case is peeling back the polished, glamorous image the world had of Diddy and revealing something much darker underneath. And as more witnesses take the stand, it's only getting deeper.